PHP ladies? I'm here with my beautiful co-hosts today, Marlene Gaytan and Cecilia Vargas. We are here to do our 2024 recap. I can't believe the year is almost done, and we thought we'd make this a special PHP ladies by doing a simple recap of the entire year. So I would love to kind of go through it one by one. Ladies, why don't you tell me some of the highlights that people can look forward to that we accomplished in the year of 2024. We'll start with either Marlene or Ceci, whichever one wants to take the lead.
I'll go first. You're right. I cannot believe the year has gone by like this. 2024 was an exciting year for me. I had my fourth child this April. So getting back into motherhood, newborn, and kicking off. And I will say this, anybody here that has ever had a baby, maybe you can relate, but when I am done with pregnancy, I am like the happiest woman alive. So I think I kicked off by starting my Ultimate Ladies Seminar tour. I hosted my first one here in Houston in the Woodlands, and it was really exciting. We had over 100 guests, ladies I have never met before. I realized that as far as ladies, we're always in the self-improvement of ourselves. We like to beautify ourselves and everything about us. But for me, it's so exciting to get a chance to meet new ladies. We had one in Santa Ana, California. Power Team had one hosted by Flor Orellana. My sister, Erica Del Toro, has an event. This is for International Women's Day every single year in Northern California. She did one this year. It was spectacular. I can't wait for her 2025 ladies event because I will be there, and most TGA ladies are going to be there as well. And Unity. Cindy Cobalt and the Unity ladies had their first ladies event. I had the honor of being their guest speakers, but it's exciting to see how this has started from Jennifer Bette David and now it has spread out. I know Janine in Palm Springs has her own events. Giovanna Castillo has her own events. Of course, Erica Aguilar, Queen of TCO, has her own events. Wendy Campos has her own events. Tanya Zaldo had her first ladies event. So it's so exciting to see the ripple effect of these ladies events that happen throughout the year. And it's a big deal because PHP, I would say the secret power, if we have one, it's all the amazing ladies that we have here in the company.
I would agree with that. Ceci, how was your year in review for PHP ladies?
Yes, 100%. I agree with you, Marlene. It's just incredible to see how we started with the first event run by Jennifer Bette David and the amount of ladies that showed up to that event and how this has evolved and grown into all of these different events that every month have been run across the entire country for all of these ladies. We actually were here in Houston. We did have our first event for Gabby Vargas. She ran her first event in the Houston office, brand new office, been open for over a year. It was an extremely great success. I was the guest speaker and I got to share how raising three boys as a mom that is working in business, wife, and it was an absolutely success. So it was really great to see all the ladies over there. Also, Nadine Busi, she's running her ladies events over there in Fort Lauderdale, and here in the Houston office in the Galleria, we run an actual Cancer Awareness Month event. And what is interesting is that we actually went a little bit more into it this year because we have one of the main marketing directors here in the office. Her name is Amber Poindexter. She had cancer, breast cancer, at the beginning of the year, and praise to God, she beat it. So it was seeing all the ladies coming together and for this amazing event, giving her a gift, honoring her and honoring her life and her fight was amazing this year. And I can definitely can see how all the other offices have been posting, running. One call of action will be that definitely we need to like more, share more, all of these offices, because we want to get to know you. We want to get to know what offices are running events and where offices are having accomplishments in your communities, sharing with other ladies. What about you, Sheena?
Well, I mean, the biggest thing is when we first came, me and my husband, into PHP, the one highlight was the fact that I saw strong women. You two were the ones that I actually saw firsthand when I came to my very first convention. And I said to myself, I don't know what this is. I want to be a part of it because it does something to you as a woman when you're around like-minded women. So kudos to you guys. You guys taught me a lot, inspired me so much. And that's why we're now at 53% women inside of PHP. And that's what we're looking forward to for going into 2025 is how many more people can we bring into this community, because we really have something special. You see a lot of ladies inside PHP grow significantly in 2024. They were featured throughout the year in our PHP lady interviews. And some of them, just to note, we had Fernanda Sanchez, which is now Fernanda Mason. The official marriage happened this year for her, so congratulations. Yes, we had Erica Del Toro, Brittany Williams. Her and Kendrick are doing amazing things out of the TWA organization. We had Gabby Vargas. We also had Luisa Cordova, Spring Eatman. What's so cool about Spring, she actually hosted a breast cancer event here in Dallas, and they did a phenomenal job. It was a fashion show last year. It got even bigger this year. I think we raised at this point over $10,000 for the recipient, which is really cool to see. You also have Christy Terrace, Cindy Kobos. I know that Marlene just mentioned the event that she did and how phenomenal that was. Diana Joe, and then Tori Hansberry. And what's so crazy is I saw, even within our organization, some of the ladies that really stood out. You had Jasmine Swazo, crossover $500,000. You had Tori Hansberry, crossover $500,000. And the big one is Facina Hart. They crossed over 1 million, the first African-American couple to make $1 million of income inside PHP. And I think what this really tells us with everything that we're saying is how much impact we're making to the communities. And we know this, we're all moms, we're all wives. And just to see how much we've grown throughout the year, it makes me excited. And now we really got to think about.
By the way, can I bring up another accomplishment?
Go for it. Go for it.
But what about the president of PHP?
Yes!
We welcome
note on that
into this world. We gotta make big notice of this because what an amazing leader. She had Leo. Leo is here, and you see Moral at the events back to back. You see him.
She never had a baby.
I know.
She never had a baby.
Yes.
Right, which is so admirable with 3 kids. So we're so excited for you, Moral. Big accomplishment. Thank you for the example.
Yeah, I think that goes without saying. She's passed it down to all of us that we can have our cake and eat it too. We can be incredible in business. We can be great wives and amazing mothers. So kudos to Moral. That was a really great mention. So let's talk about 2025 and what are the things that we want to really build upon, seeing where we've gotten up to this point. Some of the things that you guys are excited about going into 2025. What do you guys have plans to really make sure that we're PHP ladies go into the communities? We also bring people back into the organization as well.
So for WTP, we're going to be planning events that are more organized across the United States, similar to what Marlene was sharing, doing our tour for, doing a women event and posting these events. We're certainly excited about that. We're certainly also announcing a PHP Ladies with WTP retreat. So that's the first one that we're going to be putting together. I'm excited about that for WTP Ladies. What about you, Sheena or Marlene?
Well, for me, I'm starting to see a duplication, to see all of our ladies in all of our offices and to see how the culture has just had this ripple effect and to go and support a lot of their events. I love when I get to be the speaker and meet some of the rising stars. But for me personally, I know it sounds very interesting, but it has nothing to do with business or our business. But I love when parents bring their teenagers to my ladies' events. I want to do a conference just for teenagers. I think in a world where high school girls are looking up to all these, celebrities on TikTok, I think more women that have had a level of success should give back to the community. So it's exciting for me to see how their language has evolved, how they are more feminine, how they want to elevate, and for the parents to have the leverage, because I have so many moms that say, hey, if I tell my daughter this, they won't receive it, but if they hear it from somebody else, and now I have a fan base of teenage girls on social media that follow me that say, hey, I went to your event, here's what I've been doing, or this is how I've evolved. And for me, it's zero to do with business, but it's such a great personal accomplishment that, I always say I do what I do for fun. If it's got to be fun for me or I don't want to do it. So anything to do with PHP Ladies or any of the couples events for me are a blast.
Oh, I love it. I mean, we're already over 53% women, of course, going into 2025 to keep that constant. But what's even more exciting is really turning that number to say over 53% of our women make $500,000 or more. And I think we're about to approach a moment where we have massive explosion. We were all with each other at the carrier meeting where we got to sit down with the CEOs and presidents of all these major insurance companies, and they wanted to hear from us. And our mindset was, how can we get more ladies to be inside these discussions, to have that influence, because our perspective on what's going on needs to be heard. So I'm looking forward to going into next year, seeing who those individuals are. We just listed a few of the ladies that got to be featured every single month on the PHP Ladies newsletter. I hope that you guys out there are asking yourself, what do I got to do to be on this newsletter? And what do I have to accomplish? Because we want to hear your story. We want to get your name out there. We want to recognize you and give you that recognition. So that's probably what I'm most looking forward to starting off with. And I want to make sure we all know we have our regional events coming up. I know for us, we're doing it in February. Our guest speaker, we're super excited about. Her name is Fawn Weaver. She built a billion-dollar industry in the liquor business because her brand, which is Uncle Nearest, actually taught Jack Daniels how to make whiskey. So that story is phenomenal. She's going to tell it on stage. So getting to hear from her is going to be really exciting. I'm also excited to hear from our guest speakers that are going to come on stage. A lot of them are the ladies that really had a profound impact on 2024, sharing their stories and telling us what exactly they did. For Marlene and Ceci, tell us some details about your guys' upcoming regional event as well.
Our event is going to be in January in Reno, and we're super excited. We have over 3,000 registrations. Conquistadors alone have 2,200 registration. So just what was exciting is the unknown. Maybe you're new, you're watching this and you're thinking, can this be me? Erica Aguilar was just sharing her story that when she first heard about PHP Ladies and saw the brochure, from her mind, coming from a small town egg packager, she's like, I can never do that. She's like, I'm not an architect. I didn't come from real estate. I don't have a college degree. I'm an egg packager from a little town. But she said it was her drive, her dream to be a part of the PHP Ladies community that made her put up incredible numbers. So maybe you're watching this and you're thinking, I don't know if I can relate. I don't know if I can do it. What's exciting is the ladies that are going to make a name for themselves. And it all starts at the big event. I always say people need an experience, an awakening, and it always happens at an event because it's away from your community, your home, your kids, what you're used to, and you put yourself in a position to be reborn and absorb something that, maybe you wouldn't have ever experienced if it wasn't for an experience. And that's why we put together these regional events. So I'm so excited. Ours is coming up in January.
Love it. Ceci, when is your guys' regional event happening?
WTPs is going to be in New Orleans, January 17th to the 19th. And we're around the corner from the event. We're completely ready. Everyone is confirmed. Books. Everyone has booked their flights, the rooms, like their room is going to be absolutely packed. And interesting that you bring that story up, Marlene, about you looking at yourself at the flyer. And that's really, really big for WTP. We're actually going to be passing down every single attendee that comes in. They're going to be receiving this package that is going to have the PHP Ladies flyer, where we're actually featuring the WTP Ladies of 2024. And yes, absolutely. I'm super excited about identifying who are going to be the girls that are going to come to my event, and they're going to see them, the other ladies in these pictures, and you're going to put yourself a goal that you want to see your name, you want to see your picture feature in PHP Ladies. That's a big deal to be identified and recognized. I also wanted to bring up, how you're talking about what are we looking for 2025. I'm really looking forward to see new offices running the PHP Ladies incentives and initiatives. For us to see more pictures, for us to see more posts on social media, for us to hear about new marketing directors, that it doesn't matter the territory that you're on. You don't have to be in a large office. Maybe you just expanding in this area and you have in a small office where your base shop is 10, 20 people coming to meetings. We want to see you featuring an event and posting on social media, sharing it with us, so we identify you as a leader that want to grow this movement. So you don't have to be thinking necessarily that you got to be in a big office to run a PHP Ladies event. You can run your own and invite ladies in the community to start leading in your community as a PHP lady.
I love it. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited for 2025. For you on the call, just keep this in mind. Our goal is 500,000 licensed agents by 2030, and we need help. And for that being said, you're leveraging the platform of what makes our community so unique is that we really do invite relationships, marriages, and specifically women, because we know what power they do hold and what influence they do have. So with that being said, from our homes to yours, on behalf of my co-host Marlene Gaytan, as well as Cecilia Vargas, we look forward to seeing you guys on the PHP newsletter and seeing what you guys do in 2025. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, ladies.
Bye.